That's
Yeah.
why I realized that external or internal motivation in and of itself isn't bad. It's just
Hmm.
temporary.
Right.
And
And
the
that's the deal.
realization that
It's
it's
temporary.
temporary.
Uh-huh.
It has its season. That's why we find ourselves constantly looking for the self-help book, or that's why we
Hmm.
find ourselves constantly looking for that next seminar, or that's why we find ourselves constantly looking for that next word that we then have
Hmm.
to go confirm
Yeah.
somewhere
Uh-huh.
because
It's
it's
temporary.
temporary.
Its only purpose, if you look at what the definition said, its only purpose is to spark your action. It's
Right.
to get you
It's
to
to
act.
begin. It's to get you
Right.
to begin to
But
begin an act.
motivation can't maintain you. And that's the problem is we try to use motivation to maintain us through the process. And there's only one thing that can maintain you through the process, but we're going to talk about that later. We're not going to say
Yes,
what that is
because
quite yet.
we got motivation. You got to go
We
from
got
the place of
motivation.
motivation to inspiration. So
Right. So
once you
when you
get
talk
out
about
of,
inspiration,
mhm,
Um, so inspiration, I have a definition that I use for inspiration all the time. This is the one place that I break my rule of going to Merriam-Webster because this is a definition that I have acquired through different dictionary sources that I think best fits what inspiration is. And it's to stimulate to a higher level of thinking and or activity, right? So if you think about what we said about motivation, motivation was to get you to act, right?
mhm.
Something that moves you towards action. But inspiration is a stimulant, and it stimulates you to a higher level of thinking or activity. So that means you're already thinking and acting, because in order to go to a higher level of something, you have to already be doing it. So you're already thinking and acting, but once you become inspired, you get to a higher level of thinking and or activity. The difference here is this is also temporary. Inspiration is temporary. It doesn't last forever. And we try to, because you always have to come back and be inspired again. So you're
Over
always
and over
going for
again.
walks on the
Mhm.
beach. You're always trying to find that secluded place. You're always trying to look at the right artwork, listen to the right song, find the right poetry, whatever it is that inspires you, that
What's your
stimulates you.
muse?
Yeah, whatever
Mhm.
it is that stimulates you to a higher level of thinking and or activity, you always have to go back and get that thing over and over and over again. And it's very, very difficult to walk in those spaces so continually. Thank you, Jasmine. I appreciate you, love.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, it's difficult to walk in those places on a continuous basis and keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth all the time.